Well, hello, hello, hello. It's that time, everyone. It's that time for Tell It Tuesday. We get all in folks' business and just, we're trying to figure out what's going on with these individuals. Um, Today I took a peek at some of these letters, some of these doozies, and I just hate that I don't have no wine. Forgot to stop at the store to get some. By the time I thought about it, it was too late. So we just gonna have to make do with what we got. Now I got two video letters that I was going to do, but I did not have time to test them to make sure that they would play right. So we're going to put that off for a day or two until I get a chance to test it. So we're just going to do the read 'em letters today. Okay. So in case you just wandered in and you aren't sure where you are, this is the Debsterism channel. My name is Deborrah Cooper, aka Debsterism. And what we do here every Tuesday is a live stream of dating and relationship advice. I read questions that are here that people have sent in via email through either YouTube or my blog, Surviving Dating. And they're cut and pasted by either me or one of my cousins, whoever's free, into a document. I set up a little template that's like a table. So they put the date at the top and then they put the letter in there and everything looks cute. It's very readable. And then I come on to, we start the show live, and this is when I do the letters. I'm reading them. Most of the time, like 90% of the time, is for the first time. Sometimes I cheat when they're not looking and I read like a paragraph or two just to see what's going on. My ex lady is ready. This is gonna be funny. Wait, let me do my Lacroix. Let me get my Lacroix ready. What are we doing today? Today we have apricot Lacroix. All right, so let's get started. Letter number one. I'm seeing this guy who, because of how our lives are, is about a quarter step away from being exactly what I need. I know his circumstance and that some hesitation to be all in his part because of some past hurt that's holding us back. He is 28, I'm 25. I don't know what she's talking about. I trust he has feelings for me, and we've had multiple discussions about the fact that we're ultimately wanting the same kinds of things from life and a long term relationship. We've been dated for a while back, but broke it off because of life schedules, his continued difficulties with opening up, and then we got together again. I wonder if this is going to be a theme with us. Except for his communication, he always responds to me, but it rarely takes him less than 12 hours, and he hasn't reached out to me first since the beginning, though we click on every level. Everywhere else I've looked for advice just gives me the traditional advice. He's a man. If he's not stepping up, then he's not that into you. But that seems antiquated to me. Should I just ride this out for a while and see if it gets better, or should I step away? Girl, you dumb as hell. Let me explain. No matter how antiquated you think the shit is, men haven't changed since the first one was born in like whatever 1 BC. So, they still will express interest in shit that they're interested in. And if they're not interested, then they don't. I mean, none of that has changed in how many billions and millions of years since life has been on this planet, okay? So you thinking that you're going to magically wish and hope and dream some shit to materializing, it's not going to happen. This man is not interested in you. Nobody who's interested in somebody waits 12 hours or more to get back to them. What delusion? What are you smoking? This is just unbelievable. Unfucking believable. And then to talk about everything is like you click on every level. You only click in your imagination. That's where you're clicking. In this fantasy that you've dreamed up in your head about this perfect relationship that doesn't exist. I don't know. This is like seriously, something's wrong with you. You're going to ride this out. What are you riding? A smoke signal? He's not even giving you that. The man is not interested in you. That's why he doesn't reach out to you first. He's polite. I have to give him credit. Dude is polite. He responds to you eventually just out of the kindness of his heart. But he's not doing it because he's so anxious to get in touch with you and hook up with you and meet up with you and talk to you and hear your voice and exchange text with you and all that stuff. He doesn't give a shit about you. Okay? Now, you need to get that through your head. Next, next, next. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, this lady is in the 26 to 35 age group. Okay, I guess that's going to be the common three because so was the other one. That man's not her dumb ass. She gets crazy. Okay. I have been a subscriber on YouTube for a few years and I love your advice and channel. Best advice for women looking to date with no nonsense. Okay. Yes, his ass is fine. But you know what? She need to fire herself though, really though, lady boss. I mean, think about it. Dude is not with her. He's not trying to be with her. So he's really doesn't there's nothing for him. I mean, he doesn't deserve to be fired. She deserved to fire herself for being dumb. I mean, he just doing him. He just trying to be polite to the woman and not just totally eager. But you know, he's not reaching out to her. He's not asking her out. He don't call her. And her idea of quote getting back together. I mean, she's so delusional. It might be that the dude just like got tired of her chasing him and just like put up a wall to put space between them and you know to make her to think he was gonna make her calm the fuck down. But she just we dated for a while back. Okay, what did you mean dating? But broke it off because of life schedule and his continued difficulties with opening up. He wasn't interested in you. He tapped it and then he went on, and you just can't let it go. That's what's going on. This dude, both of them is crazy. All right. Okay, so she says best advice for women looking to date with no nonsense. Okay, so this isn't a love relationship question. This is a coworker relationship question. That's fine. I do those too. I have a coworker who's also female, who's a little older than me, probably somewhere in her 40s, I think maybe even 50. I'll try to make this brief. Thank you. She invited me to have lunch once, and now it seems she expects us to have lunch together every day. I politely declined a few times, stated I have something to do. The other day, I heard her over telling a male coworker that she and I would be going on a trip soon, although she hadn't invited me yet. What the fuck? I didn't say anything. I avoid her not only because she come across as clingy and needy, but because she talks too damn much and loves to gossip. Yesterday, I went into an empty conference room with my lunch and phone, and she followed me in and said, "So this is where lunch is today?" I said, "Apparently. I'm about to eat and watch a movie." So she sat herself down and said, "Well, what do you have?" Then she started talking, and I interrupted her and said, "Sorry, my movie's starting, so I'm no longer listening to you." She got up angrily and said, "Well, you're going to need me one day." Damn, what the fuck? Hey, everybody. This woman also threw a hard piece of candy at me one day to get my attention, and I almost lost it. How can I put this crazy woman in her place while being professional? Ooh. Okay, I have to put on my advice columnist hat because if I stay in my me hat, I would have like when she was talking about we going on a trip, I would have went cheek 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 to my little legs right over there and said, "We ain't going nowhere. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. You tripping. Yeah, we haven't talked about me going on any trip. You creating a fantasy in your mind. I'm not going anywhere with you." Now, see, that would have been me. And squelched all that. The dude would have ran around the office telling everybody how crazy she is. And see, you would have got the word out that she's crazy without you having to say anything but that one sentence. That's how I do stuff. I let other people do the dirt for me. But now that you have this, it's going to require that you go to her desk and you say, you seem to have problems with understanding boundaries. I went to lunch with you one time. I may go to lunch with you and other coworkers here and there, but I do not want all of my time. You or anyone else demanding all of my time. My lunch hour is my time to do what I want to do with, and I decide who I will spend it with and how I will spend it. I do not want you to follow me into any conference rooms when I'm looking for privacy. I need you to respect my privacy. I need you to not go around telling people that we're going on a trip. I need you to stop with this attitude. And if you throw anything else at me, we're going to go to HR and I'm going to accuse you of being aggressive and trying to assault me. That could have hit me in the eye. It could have injured me very badly. So you need to learn how to act in a professional environment. You don't throw things at people, and nor do you demand that they spend time with you. That's just inappropriate. So I'm putting you on notice right now. This better stop. The next stop we're going to have is in HR having a conversation about why you continue to harass me during work hours on my job. Now, some of you might say, well, you don't want to be that harsh about it. I'm going to say since her behavior is escalating to anger, like you're gonna need me someday. That sounds like a threat. Throwing hard candies at you, that's threatening behavior. And this thing about telling somebody that you're going on a trip, I mean, what is that about? Was she trying to say you her woman or some shit? I mean, you know what I mean? There's a whole bunch of ways to read into this. None of them are good. So you may feel like, well, maybe I don't want to come off that hard. I'm telling you, if you want to shut this bitch down, that's how you're going to have to do it. You cannot continue to be polite and gentle with her, because this is one of those kind of bitches that doesn't understand polite and gentle. You're going to have to roll out like a G, and just go straight to her and make sure other people are around when you do this so that they hear it. You want to be in an environment where other people can hear what's been going on and how she's been doing you. Don't be trying to do it in private, because then she gonna twist some shit around to say that you said something that you didn't say. These kind of bitches is crazy. She already having delusions in her mind about the closeness of your relationship, to the point where she's infringing on your life in many different ways, trying to demand your time. It's like a jealous fucking boyfriend or something. That's what I'm telling you. You're going to have to, think about it. Get your cojones together. Get your voice right. Get your face straight. And you're going to have to come hard on this bitch, and you're going to have to do a lot of the same kind of things that I just said. She might need behavior. This is beyond I need behavior. To threaten, I mean, I need attention behavior. To threaten her and angrily and say, you're going to need me someday. That's not attention seeking behavior. That is threatening behavior. She, because she be trying to set up some situation where you have to come to her, you have to depend on her in a professional sense. It's going to cause problems. You need to squash this now. This bitch is crazy. That's all I can say. She's loony as a, she cray cray. That's what she is. So, that's being professional, but you let her know, put her ass on notice. The next step is we going to HR, and that's why you want to do all of this that I'm telling you. Do it like in a lunchroom or somewhere where there's other people that can hear it, and then you relay the situations, the behaviors that she's done. You got that male coworker as a witness if that's what she said and it's not at all true. You see what I'm saying? So you want to put this out there so that everybody in the company knows this bitch is loony. Yeah, she's fatal attraction, all right. She don't understand. She may be lonely, but I gives no fucks, because this is the whole thing about you lonely. Get your fucking ass a dog or a cat or something. You don't come to work and infringe your loneliness on my life. This is my life. Okay, I have a right to live my life any goddamn way I want to. Your lonely ass need to go join a meetup or go to church or do some shit, whatever lonely people do. I don't have nothing to do with that. That's not me. That's not my problem. I'm not here to solve it. I'm not here to resolve it. I'm not here to make you feel better. I'm here to make myself feel better. So this situation, we go to work to get a paycheck, and we do our straight eight, and then we be out. So you shouldn't be having all this kind of angst about going to work and have to be dodging some silly bitch who don't understand how she need to stay in her lane. You don't be coming in and talking about, well, what we doing, to forcing yourself on somebody like that. Fucking freak. Ugh, I can't stand people like that. But you, like I said, you're very good, because she would have already heard some words of wrath from my crazy mouth. Question number 4. My relationship with my BF boyfriend has been rocky from the very start about 5 years ago. Okay, let's skip to the end where the drama is, because the middle is just a bunch of bullshit. Okay, his past, cheating, manipulating, liar. Okay, and then you stayed with him though. So what did you expect for him to magically change and morph into something else? He's a cheater, he's a liar, and he's a manipulator. You knew this for 5 years, and yet you stayed with him. So see, this is the kind of shit that makes me mad. Okay, so then she continues, I have forgiven him about 100 times because I am so blindly in love with him. No, it's because you're so stupid. That's why you did that. And I think he may know that, and he used it to his advantage. Of course he did. We used to have a phrase to say, when you see a sucker bump his head, okay, you the sucker, and he is bumping your head is all filled with knots. We have 3 children together, and one of his from a previous relationship who only comes on certain days. I do the cooking, the cleaning, the feeding, and the bathing. God forbid I ask for help, because then I'm incompetent as a mother, and he swears I can't do it by myself. Today I had the day off, so I stayed with my 2 youngest girls at home, and he got out late and called me upset about his job letting him out late, and how he still had to go watch a football game with his friends, all while my 2 girls are screaming their heads off in the background. I'm trying to wash dishes. I was so upset that he was not coming home. It was already close to 7 p.m. I called him back because I didn't want to fight the first time. I told him how I felt, and he said his pride that he always prioritizes everything and everyone else, but forgets he has responsibilities at home. I told him I didn't think it was fair that I had to do everything myself because we're supposed to be a team. I was very calm, but he then curses me out, saying I'm literally just calling because I can't take care of the kids, and anytime he has a chance to hang out with his friends, I ruin it. Keep in mind, he hangs out with them 2 to 3 times a week, not counting the times they play soccer together, and then he hangs up on me. I got really upset and started to cry, so I called him back. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Um, I got my wisdom teeth pulled out and asked for a few days off, so my check was surprisingly small. I had to pay a lot of other bills. I told him I would pay him as soon as I got paid, which is I'm 4 days late. So I'm only half of my late on my half of the rent by 4 days. Yo, half. And I always pay the sitter too. In the last 2 years of living together, I've always paid my half. So for him to pull that comment on me really burned me because he knows I'm struggling with money right now. I don't think he loves me anymore. Communication is a joke. He won't listen. I could do a million good things for him, but he will only point out the one flaw. I am a hard worker. I have a good heart. I am a good mother. I've never betrayed him in any way, and he makes me feel like it's always my fault. Please help me. You need your ass kicked around the world. And maybe by the time somebody gets tired of doing that, your ass will have some sense. First of all, you got 3 kids by this motherfucker. Okay, okay, 1, 2, 3 plus himself. That's 4. So that's 80% of the rent is what he's supposed to be paying. You only paying for yourself. But plus he got another kid, that makes it 90. Okay, really? Just let him pay the rent. Why are you paying half of anything? I don't understand this. If you pay for the daycare, then he should be paying all the housing for his family, and buying the food for his family. Okay, really, you know what? You would do better to leave his ass and file for child support. You would get more money out of him, and then you would have more money. You could hire somebody like a babysitter or somebody to come in, like a mother's helper or something, to help you prepare meals and get the kids to bed and stuff like that. That's what they used to call it. I used to work like that a little bit when I was in high school for a lady down the street. She had a little girl, and I would come home from school. I'd watch the little girl and do my homework, and I would start dinner for her. She would usually, have the food, and I would just start the food up and everything. But I knew how to cook, so she was just too happy because I would get dinner and to get the little girl, and get to play with her and everything. And I did that, for my whole senior year of high school. And it worked out great. I got paid great money. It was, right down the street from my house. I didn't have to go anywhere. My parents could step out the door and watch me walk down the block to make sure, it was safe, because it would be a little dark when her husband got home. And it was really cool. And I made a lot of money. But you, young lady, you're dumb. I mean, you think that this is showing any kind of love and respect. When you got your wisdom teeth out, he just abandoned you. He makes you pay half of the bills when you paying the daycare and he doesn't chip in half on that. I wouldn't be paying shit. He's like, if he pays the rent, he needs to be paying the light bill, the water bill, the garbage bill, and buying the food if you pay the daycare. Because usually moms buy the kids clothes and, stuff, little treats, and they pay for field trips and that kind of stuff. Okay, but you letting him get away with murder. You need to stop doing anything. Don't do shit. Let him do everything. Those are his goddamn kids. I wish I would. I'd walk the fuck up out that house and leave everybody sitting there, and all y'all can kiss my ass. And I wouldn't give a damn. But see, that's just me. Because he would learn. He would learn. You run the streets if you want to. I'm going to call CPS on your ass if you're not there with your fucking kids. And you leave them by themselves, because I don't live there anymore. Mm-mm. Yeah, she'll get all kind of stuff. Now he got a job. He works. So she could get like 90% of his check because he got 4 kids. 1 by somebody else and 3 by her. Yeah, me either. Now he better get a dog. And he's like a dust storm walking, just too much dust. Like emphysema level dust. This is ridiculous. Oh, you think she make sure she's too stressed out to think logically? She's stressing herself out Because see, these are the kind of women that don't know how to say no. I keep telling you, he wants you to do all this stuff. Say no. Sit down on this couch and cross your legs. He wants somebody to take care of his kid. No, motherfucker was out there fucking to make that goddamn baby. That's your kid. Bring your ass home and take care of your kid. You have visitation with your kid. That means you need to be spending time with your kid. I got three of my own. I'm not dealing with yours. Eat yours. You do it. See, but she don't know how to say no. All this cooking and cleaning, I wouldn't be cleaning shit, especially with something to do with him. His dirty clothes, his dirty socks, his dirty underwear, every dish that he dirtied up, nothing. I wouldn't be cleaning shit. You do it. You think everything's so wonderful and you want to be running around playing soccer and shit like your ass don't have 3 kids, 4 kids, I mean. I don't know. She's doing too much. This is that woman that we talk about in the burnt toast syndrome video. She is doing too much. She's doing too much. Plus, she's paying half the money. Talking about she'll pay him back. How you gonna pay back the man? Those are his kids, and he's paying for housing and food for his kids, and you feel like you have to pay him back? Shit, hell would freeze over before he got a dime from me. Yeah, I don't get this. These kind of letters piss me off. These like, how can these women be so dumb? It's like you have no value to yourself. You don't like yourself very much. You don't think you're worth anything. That you have to go through all these changes to try to beg for these little crumbs of love and attention that this man throws your way. This is very, very sad. All right, let's move on. Next question. I met a guy back in 2012. I was walking into my local town and okay, she going into too much detail. I don't need to know about where you picked up a rock in your shoe and all that. Okay, he tells me he was on his way to pick his young daughter up from school. She was about 3. So he had some time to kill. He told me that he had a partner. He was just being friendly. I wasn't into him anyway. We exchanged numbers. Then we met up a couple of times at a bar. He informed me that in the next 3 weeks of time he was getting married and asked if I'd like to attend. Okay. What the fuck are you doing? The man is telling you he's going to be getting married, and yet you meeting up with him in a bar. What the fuck were you doing? Let's just start there. What were you doing? What the fuck was going on in your mind that you thought that this was some shit that you needed to do? See, I'm getting in a bad mood. I'm just, it's like I do this shit because I'm trying to help people get their minds right. But when you have women who are grown and they start off with bullshit like this, it's not going to go anywhere but all bad. Right now it's partially bad, but it's like, you see one stupid mistake after another, one stupid decision after another. It's not even a mistake. These are a decision because you were walking and he was friendly and you liked the way he approached you. Once you found out that he had a partner and was on his way to get married, you know what you're supposed to do? Tell him it was nice meeting and walk the fuck off. You don't keep going meeting up with him. What are you doing? You're setting yourself up to be the side chick. That's what you were doing. Okay. Whew, you claim you didn't feel comfortable about it, but you were still doing it. Okay, he was badgering me for a couple of weeks to go to the wedding. He was upset that I didn't go. We spoke prior to the wedding day. She was in the background and wasn't happy that he was speaking to me, but I assured her there was nothing up. He was pissed I didn't go. I explained him why, and he said, "You British people are too reserved." We met up a few times after we got married. See, I told you. I knew it was going to be just going more and more into stupid land. But I would only meet in public places in the day. And we generally talked about fun stuff and me meeting someone. You don't understand it's a booty setup when you see one? Are you really that naive? He was always pushing to come over to my place. Well, of course he was. And I said no. We parted ways. I felt uncomfortable meeting with a man who just got married. Fast forward to 2017. Okay, so that was 2012. So we're talking 5 years. He reached out to me on Facebook, and after several weeks, I decided to meet up with him. He was separated from his wife. She moved out a year and a half before that, took the kids with her. He said he provided a safe and warm home for her, and he invited me to his house. And I went, and it's lovely. And I thought, why would she leave? Because he's a cheating liar, door corner cutting fuck up. That's why. Many months went past of this where I would go around, he'd cook, we'd have great conversation. Eventually we slept together after he kissed me first. So he just like, you can't say no, you can't say stop, you can't push him away. You know, you kissed him right back, so stop with this. The morning after, he looked concerned that this had happened and said that his job was to protect me and he failed. But our feelings for each other meant that this happened regularly. Sex was good. He also followed with the usual BS that he isn't ready for a relationship, which made sense since he was still married. Okay, blah, 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 blah. He's Nigerian. I'm black British. We're both 38. I have no kids. I want to find a man that's suitable to me and this shit and situation. And she said, yes, I did say situation has got my mind all over the place. Shit situation. Okay, shit. I've had enough of black men playing me. I'm lonely, and being with him made me feel good. What are your thoughts and suggestions on what I should do? Oh, I so bad want to say kill yourself, but I'm not going to say that. But you know, I'm just in a bad mood right now. What you need to do is get your mind right. You're almost 40 years old. I cannot believe that you were acting like this. Okay, you act like a helpless little baby that don't know how to make decisions in her own best interest. You walked right into this bullshit. You from day one when he told you that he had a woman and that was the first mistake, and then you made a long series of mistakes after that. You claimed you wasn't interested in do so. Why'd you keep going over there? I mean, it's not your type. He was married to somebody else, but yet you still kept going over there. I mean, what do you think a man is going to think of you when you know he's married and you still fucking around with him anyway? What was on your mind that made you think that was a good idea and that he would somehow magically respect you when you were behaving like that? He used you for what he could get out you. It took him a long time. That was a long-term pimp game, but he finally got what he was after. Okay. So you say, what should you do? What you need to do is cut off ties with him. You need to cut off ties with him, and you need to get into your head and figure out why you behave like this and why you're letting your loneliness and a desire to, quote, feel good put you in a situation. You admit that that's what it is. You're fully aware that's what it is, and yet you write me wasting my time after you've made this decision to be in a situation at 40 years old. I can't help you. This is something you're going to have to figure out on your own. Why you did what you did and what you need to get out of it, I'm done. It's a wrap. I can't. I'm going to move on to the next one. My boyfriend, in a rocky 4-year relationship, seems to treat my son harshly. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I can see I'm getting ready to get even more mad. I should call this Piss the Fuck Off Tuesday, because after every show, that's what I am. God, no, get her a hobby. Some pottery building or jewelry making or some shit, other than sitting around here dicking around with some old accent having motherfuckers. You know I can't stand Nigerian men. Can't fucking stand them. So that's the fact that she said he was Nigerian. I immediately lost interest. She should have lied and said he was Kenyan or Ghanaian or something. Okay. My boyfriend of a rocky 4-year relationship, keep in mind rocky, seems to treat my son harshly. This is not his son. I do have 2 younger daughters with him, and we all live together. My son's dad is unfortunately out of the picture and will see my son about once a month, but he's into drugs and habitually in and out of prison. They've never had a relationship, but my son still likes to see him occasionally. Anyway, my boyfriend seems to send my son to his room a lot to clean and wants him to do things he doesn't even do for himself, like make his bed and vacuum. When my son fails to do anything right, he yells at him and grounds him for X amount of time. He has also taken away his privilege to play Nintendo on the TV or to play with his iPad. He also doesn't let him watch YouTube. I don't even know why. But to please him and not seem like I spoil my son, I allow it. I'm getting to the point where my son starts getting teary-eyed every time he's sent to his room because all he wants to do is play with his sisters. Also, if he gets caught in a lie, he threatens to spank him. He says he's strict on him because he needs a dad figure since his own dad can't do it, so I agree. But if I baby my son, I'm, quote, spoiling him. My son has always been on top of his class for the last years of school, including this year, even with having an 80% hearing loss in one ear. I love my son and would do anything for him, so I hope I don't sound like I don't, because I feel like he does need a strict parent like I did. But I mean, sometimes I can't help to feel angry when I hear my boyfriend be so cruel to him about the room being clean, for example. Another example is if my son wears laced up shoes and asks for help. He gets mad at me for even helping. He says he should figure it out. That will be the only way he'll learn. My son is a good kid in school and a good friend. He's not a troublemaker. Is my boyfriend being a parent or a complete asshole, and what can I do about it? Um, you don't say how old your son is. That would have been very valuable information for me to have. You wrote this whole long ass letter and left out the most critical piece of information, the age of this boy. Now I'm gonna say this. You talking about he's getting good the last few years of school. So that means he's at least like 8 or 9, because otherwise, we got first, second, third grade. Okay, fourth grade. So he's 8 or 9 years old, I'm guessing. By that age, your son should know how to fucking tie his shoes. If he doesn't know how to tie his shoes, what the fuck is the problem? What are you doing? Why doesn't he know how to tie his damn shoes? This is retarded. Okay, this is something that the kid should know by the age of 5. Your kid is 8, 9 years old and he still can't tie his damn shoes. No wonder the man's yelling at him. You know what I mean? I'm just figuring out. She said for the last years of school, including this year, he's been at the top of his class. You don't have a class unless you get, second, third grade like that. So you figure, like I said, the kid is at least 8 or 9 years old, possibly older, and he doesn't know how to tie his shoes. No, that's a violation. He's supposed to keep his room clean. He's supposed to make up his bed. There's nothing wrong with him doing some goddamn chores around the house. This is one of the problems I have with so many single mothers is they baby their goddamn sons. They do everything fucking for them, and the sons turn out to be useless punks. They don't know how to do shit, and they think a woman is supposed to take care of them. Well into adulthood, they want you to be treating them like they mommy, cleaning up after him and doing shit. So from that point, I'm in full agreement with the man. The boy needs to learn to have some goddamn some boundaries, some chores, some responsibilities, and some structure in his life. Now, what I wonder, see, you're seeing this as harsh. I don't see it as harsh. I see him as treating him as a young man should be treated, to have some responsibility and be accountable for keeping his fucking room clean, picking up his shit off the floor, not lying, which is what you say that he does, which gets him on a punishment. It's like your son, what are you trying to do here? He's not putting his hands on the boy. Is he calling the boy names? Is he like battering his self-esteem? Belittling him? What's going on that makes you feel like he's being so harsh? Giving the boy responsibilities and making sure that he does them is what a man is supposed to do. That's what he's supposed to do. You got to do more in life than just have good grades. He's going to be a man someday. Step the fuck back. Just make sure that your boyfriend understands you. The second you hit my son, you put your hands on my son, I'm going to kill you. The second that you call my son out of his name, I'm going to kill you. And there's certain other things that you have to, put some boundaries around. But from what you said that he does here, taking away privileges for lying and stuff like that, that is appropriate parenting of a young man. I have no problem with that. You just need to step back, because you want to spoil the boy and coddle him like a little bitch. So you're going to have some little bitch boy at 13 or 14 years old that don't know how to do shit and is a brat and thinks he's supposed to run around. He's, at 9 or 10 years old, he want to play with his little sisters. Well, you need to be doing some boy shit. You play with them a little bit, but you don't, little boy, they too rough. Okay, you got little ones. He don't need to be playing with them all the time. And what's he going to be playing with them for? I'm not even that. And you watch him anyway. When he becomes a teenager, I don't like teenage boys around little girls. It always be some funny shit. Even though people be talking about, well, that's their brother. I gives no fucks. You don't leave him alone in the house, in a room with nobody supervising with 2 little girls. Don't do that shit. I don't believe it. So you sit your boy down and teach him how to tie his shoes. Don't you let his ass get up until he can do it. You should have been done that shit years ago. A boyfriend, he's not just, if he's the father of her 2 youngest kids and they live there together. The kid is like, he's the father figure. The daddy's a drug addict and in jail. So if that man is going to be there, there's nothing that, like I said, nothing that she's doing sounds abusive. Sounds abusive. There's nothing wrong with him providing structure to that boy, just like he does with his daughters. As long as the treatment for all the children is the same, the expectations are the same. The privileges are the same. The punishments are the same. The discipline is the same. The expectations are the same. That she don't have shit to say. Now, if he starts putting his hands on this boy or doing anything foul and funky to him, then she has something to say. But right now, there's no, this letter is a waste of time. Unless, like I said, there's something that she's not telling me. There's something that she's not telling me. Because, He does need. He does. The dude's not even being strict. He just making him do what he's supposed to do. I never. You know what I mean? It's like everything that you said here. My mother made us do as a kid. We had to clean our room every Saturday. We got up. It was time to vacuum, clean windows, dust furniture, polish furniture. We swept them out. We had a huge house with 10 rooms in it, a converted Victorian with them long ass hallways and the 50 million windows. Believe me, our asses know how to clean, me and my brothers. So, my mother wasn't cleaning that big ass house all by herself. She didn't live in it by herself, and she was not going to be taking all the responsibility on by herself. Our asses worked. Okay, for Saturday morning, every morning, that's all we did for 3 or 4 hours straight was clean. Bathrooms, floors, windows, dust, window sills, furniture, everything. We cleaned that fucking house. So there's nothing wrong with your son um doing some of this stuff. He lives in the house just like everybody else. As soon as them girls get old enough, you get their asses to into this whole mix too. With them cleaning up after themselves and straightening up their room and making up their bed. Teach them how to change some sheets and teach all of them how to clean the toilet, clean the stove, wash dishes, all that. They need to learn how to do all of that. Okay, so you back down and lead, shut up. Just shut up. He's gonna be a young man and he needs to have his shit together. Worry more about your relationship and why your shit is rocky. Worry about that. All right. Next question. Oh my God. So, okay, let me look and see. Polished furniture. Yes, honey, that's shit people don't do no more. You go in their house, you run your finger across, they got an inch of dust on shit. People don't dust anymore. They don't dust and they don't polish their furniture. Man, we used to have them little, this like liquid furniture polish stuff. It was in a can, and you pour it out, and it's like a creamy stuff, and you have to massage it in with one towel, right? And then you get another towel, and dry it and kind of buff it. And we would be having a contest to see whose shit would be the shiniest. So when my parents came, we had like a contest. Kids, they gonna always make it about something. But yeah, we had so much furniture in that goddamn house, the goddamn windows. Oh my God. And hardwood floors, 2 stories of hardwood floors. And then every room had hardwood floors in it. Oh my God. I just thinking about it now. I swear I would want to change my name to Mabel. My parents worked our asses. But do you know, all of us turned out great. My brothers, nobody was spoiled. Everybody knows how to do some shit in the house. And, that's just how it is. So there's nothing wrong with this young man, doing what he needs to do. Yeah, we had white walls, honey. I'm telling you, we were scared to don't you even touch that wall because then if you put a spot on it, my mother would make you get over there and scrub that shit back to that wall was white. So we didn't touch no walls. We'd only touch doorknobs. You barely want to touch that because you'll have to clean that too. Oh man, So I have no problem with what's going on here. No one else who has a son you should be doing the same thing to your son. Raise these damn boys up so they can know how to do something and be some fucking men and stop being little breast sucking titty monsters at 25 and 35 years old. They still on their mama's titty. You guys got to stop with this shit. It's like, well, it's my son. No, he's supposed to be a goddamn man. How's he going to be somebody's husband and father and he's still chasing after you doing everything for him like he's still wearing Pampers? I can't stand to see that shit. Women need to get, wise up here and realize how you fucking over your sons. You fucking them up by babying them like this. It needs to be basic training. And that basic training, what does it do? It turns out men. Okay? So y'all babying these boys, got a whole black community full of punk ass bitch boys because y'all don't be digging in their asses enough. I know it's hard because that's my baby, but you got to think he's not gonna be a baby but a few years. He's gonna be a young man and then an adult for 60 or 70 years. So your main Joel is doing them 20, 15 years or so when he's a kid. Get him ready for them 80 years. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, 2 pieces of furniture. I don't live like an Asian, but they have them little tables where you sit down. It's an eating table, it's a desk, it's everything, a craft table, and one table, and no chairs. You sit on the floor. I'm like, yeah, this is the life. Yeah, I can't stand weak men, but it starts in childhood. It starts with their mothers and fathers. If the father is ineffective or not there, and that leaves the mother there to try to do it her by herself, most women are weak and they're gonna coddle their goddamn sons like babies because they're gonna constantly think of him, oh, this was my baby, even though he got a deep voice and hair on his face and hair on his chest and fucking and got kids of his own. Oh, it's my baby. No, it's not. Stop that. He's 5 and cleans up after himself. Good. That's how he's supposed to be. That is good job. Make these little motherfuckers do something. Well, I think that the baby daddy is doing the right thing personally. Like I said, there's no evidence in this letter of him being abusive to the child. Giving a child punishments for lying, appropriate. Making a child clean up his room, that's what he should be doing. Giving a child chores like vacuuming, wonderful. Motherfuckers need to do something in the house besides play fucking video games. Okay, I don't have a problem with what's going on. The kids don't need to be lying. He needs a punishment for that. Yeah, they baby their sons, but not their daughters. That's exactly what happens. And then you end up with a bunch of bitch boys running around the black community destroying shit, demanding women take care of them. Where do you think all these motherfuckers came from that had this attitude? Ugh. All right, next question. So I've been with my boyfriend for almost a year and a half. He cheated on me a while back and that hurt so much, but now we are committed. Lately, he's been acting douchey. Example A, you are lucky. Any guy would have left you by now. Example B, I have a soft spot for you in my heart, but that can change really quick if you piss me off. He does say nice things, but sometimes his things are hurtful. I don't know if he means to say it either. Of course he does. What you think? Something magically jumps in his body and makes him say stuff like he got Tourette's or something? This motherfucker's knowing what he's doing. What you talking about? Oh, Lord. You know what? I'm going to hit a bar. A glass of wine. I want some Hennessy. So the guys just do whatever the fuck they want to do because there's no repercussions for their behavior. None at all. And then you let him talk to you crazy. So he says you're lucky. Any guy would have left you by now. No, nobody, no guy would have left me by now, including your fucking ass. So what the fuck you talking about? Your ass is sitting right here. Now you ain't gone nowhere. You cheated with some bitch and then you brought your happy ass right back here. So I don't want to hear that shit. See, that's how I would turn that around on him. Example B, I have a soft spot for you in my heart, but that can change really quick if you piss me off. Well, let me put that on my to-do list. Because I plan to piss you off on a fucking daily basis now because I want to see what you're going to do about it. You ain't going to do shit. You just sitting up here talking out the side of your neck. Weak ass bitch made fool. See, don't tempt me. Don't try to, do that. Don't do that because I'm going to call your bluff and then I'm going to up the ante on you and I'm going to double down. And so now what? You talking all that shit, let's see what you do. Oh, please piss me off. I'll hurt every feeling your ass ever had. But anyway, your boyfriend means to say these things to you. You need to stop cowering like a little bitch and stand up and get in his ass. Don't let him talk to you like that. He start talking to you crazy. You say, don't nobody want to, you tripping. Acting douchey. Then you up the ante, act douchey back. Oh my God, these dudes. These people are crazy. Oh, I guess I should turn my light on, huh? Oh, there we go. It's light, it's bright. That boy might be a MGTOW. Nah, he won't be a MGTOW. He gonna be a bitch boy though, if his mama don't stop. If she does not stop acting like this. Okay, this is question number 9. Well, actually, it's actually number 7 because I had, like I said, space for 2 videos, but I'm not sure that they can play, so I'm scared to do them because I don't know if you can even see them or hear them. I'm just really, I didn't get a chance to test them. Okay. 4 years ago, I left my boyfriend of almost 6 years. Wow, these people date for a long time. One day he told me that he was thinking of someone else and he was confused about us. He met her on vacation. Deep down, I appreciated his honesty, but I told him everything between us was over. He looked happy. I saw some of their photos and they seemed to be crazy about each other. As time passed, I began thinking less and less about my ex and started going out on a few dates. A year later, things were pretty good. I got a promotion and a raise, and I decided to go on holidays alone to celebrate to another state. While I was gone, I met this man. We fell in love the first time we laid eyes on each other. He was a true gentleman, had a great job, and he was so kind to me. I found out that we lived in the same state and that he would return a few days after me. My parents and my friends met and loved him. I felt like I met the man of my dreams. He proposed to me, and of course I said yes. But then my ex came in to ruin everything. Out of nowhere, he started reaching out to me on Facebook. He was still with his girlfriend, but I sensed that he was jealous of my relationship status. He wanted to meet me to apologize and such and such. I blocked and deleted him. Then he went to start talking to my parents. He convinced them to persuade me to give him a second chance. My parents are good people, but they love money, and my ex is very wealthy. They tried to convince me to go back to him. My parents are very angry. They are forcing me to make a decision, saying that either I give a second chance to my ex or I stay with my partner, but they will never speak to me again. I tried to reason with them, but they are too stubborn. I've met the love of my life, and I don't understand how my parents could be so selfish. I despise my ex. He's very selfish and self-absorbed, plus he lies and cheats. He's jealous that I love my fiance far more than I ever loved him. I also love my parents, though, and I'm ready to forgive him for their sake, but they are still angry because I have chosen my partner over their decision. They knew what happened between my ex and I, but they still want him and me to be a couple. Wow. They are saying that I am a selfish daughter. Even my friends are turning against me. My ex is manipulating them. I'm lost, but I will never want to take him back. How do I improve my situation with my parents and friends? How do I convince them that my fiance is the one for me? Let me tell you what you need to do. Cuss everybody out. You tried too much to be a people pleaser. At least you did, though, have the courage to stay with the man that you love. And I'm going to tell you, you don't say how old you are, how close to 30 years old you are. But you're a grown woman. You got a job. You got a recent promotion. You travel when you want to. You don't need anybody's permission. You can have a full wedding that you pay for where none of them contribute a dime. They don't even have to fucking come. As a matter of fact, you and your fiance should go to another state where his family is, and go to there and get married. Just leave all your family and friends out of it. Since they don't like the person that you married, then fuck them. Just, you don't even invite them. Just forget. Plan your wedding and leave them out of it. Don't talk to them about the wedding. Don't put anything up on social media that they can see, because that's going to trigger your ex to do even more. And I suspect that's why he materialized so suddenly, because you announced your engagement and had pictures and was looking too happy. And he's over there doing like this, talking about, I'm gonna fuck her shit up. And so here he comes. See, that's the dangers of people putting all their business on social media. You should have kept your mouth shut. So that's what you need to do now, is tell your parents, that you understand how they feel. You disagree, but you understand. Tell them I love you anyway, but from this point on, I'm going to keep my personal life away from you. I will talk to you about me, about work, about some vague, little superficial things, but I will never again talk to you about my relationship choices or what's meaningful to me, because you don't appreciate the person that I am. You want me to be who you want me to be for your benefit. Essentially, what you're trying to do is sell your daughter to the highest bidder so that you can reap some financial benefits. That's what you're doing. You're trying to pimp me out. So you need to be real bold. You're just real super blunt with your parents, because they tripping like big time tripping. And tell them I will never do that. I will never, ever, ever be with somebody who is that abusive and cruel to me to please you. If you want to have him in your family so bad, then mom, you go marry him. That's what you need to do. That's going to be the only way he's any kind of relation to anybody in this family, because as far as I'm concerned, he can go and die tomorrow and I'll be very happy. Then you go and tell your friends. What kind of friends are you that you turn your back on me when you know how that man treated me, because you think that money is everything? I really see you guys for the first time. As of today, our friendship is over. I cannot call you a friend, because we have such extremely different value systems. We have nothing in common anymore. You're on some other bullshit. I can't be bothered with you. I don't want you in my life fucking up my new program, or raining on my parade, or bringing me misery or unhappiness, or trying to guilt trip me and control me because what you want. I'm not here to please you. You go over there and please the man that you fucking. Okay, I'm about to do that for myself. You do it for you, and it was nice knowing you. Deuces. Okay, that's how you do. You clean house. Clean house and get rid of all of those negative, nasty people out of your life. Of course, your parents, you're going to always be related to them. And by the time you get married and have a kid or two, they'll probably come around because they want to see their grandkids. That usually be a turning point for grandparents that acted a zip damn fool. But what you have to do is make sure those people that you call your friends, don't you ever talk to them again. Leave them bitches alone because there's something wrong with them. And then remind them, if you think he's such a grand and wonderful thing, then you go over there and fuck with him because I'm done. You get one time to fuck over me. He had his one chance. We're not going back for more of that. So you like it so good, you go. You do it. That's all on you. So that is what I recommend. So again, it's going to take a lot of courage from these women that I'm not sure they have. You gotta. It's one thing to stand up to people and say, well, this is what I want. I don't want to deal with that situation. But it's another thing to have to realize that you're going to have to remove people that you were formerly very close to from your life. Not everyone has that ability to do it so cleanly as I do. I'm just like, fuck you. I'm like, shh, whatever you want to do, you do it. But you're going to do it over there, and you're going to do it without me. And I don't wish any ill will on any people. I'm just like, the same. But I just have very clear boundaries about what I will and will not have in my life, will and will not let impact any decision that I make or any aspect of my existence. Either you are adding to my life and you're making it better, you're making me happier, you're making me have more progress, more joy, more whatever, or you're on the other team where you're just trying to ruin some shit and cause me problems and strife and stress, in which case you have to go. And I don't care if we've been friends for 50 years, your ass is gone and that's it. I don't care if we're related, I don't care if I'm married to you. Would you do some shit that I consider to be out of bounds, you're gone. And we're not going to talk about it. There's not going to be no negotiation, and no, I'm not going to forgive you either. You're going to just go over there and be miserable over there somewhere. So that's what Deb has to say on this particular Tell It Tuesday. I know this was some rough shit. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Like I said, we would have had, it would have been two letters more, but I will test the videos, make sure that they're in the proper format to display so that you guys can see them. I'll do that over the next day or two. And then I'll probably pop up in here on Friday again and do some video letters. If you would like to have your advice question in video form, submit it to me and play it on the show in video form, email your video. Try to make it succinct. Don't be going on and on like these people do. And email it to survivingdating@gmail.com. Let me type it up in here so everybody will know. Email, video, letters. Oops. It would be nice if I could type. To surviving, dating@gmail.com. Friday night. That'll be the night that I think will be a good time for me to pop on and do those. So, like, I don't know, a 20-second, like a 1 or 2 minute outline the video, if you get information like the details, like the ages of the individuals involved. You can use fake names, don't use people's real names. And just give me the information I need. Like this lady, she wrote about her son and she left out how old her son was. That's kind of an important aspect. Is this boy 5? Well, I guess he couldn't be, since she said he's got a few years behind him of school. So I had to guess that he was 8 or 9 years old. He might be even older, I don't know. But so things like that would be very helpful to know. Try to give me all the information that I need to make a good full analysis of your situation, and then give you a good response back with as many facts as you can provide. Anyway, everybody, nobody got a question. Everybody kind of quiet. Why everybody so quiet? What's going on? I'm gonna sit here for a minute. See any questions, any comments? Somebody got something to say? What's happening? Because I'm like, these letters, oh my God. Ooh, jeez Louise. I don't even know what to say. Yes, I will be doing these letters on probably Friday night. That's what I'm thinking. That's a good night because I have programming on Tuesdays and Thursdays. On this Thursday, I forgot which one I'm gonna do. I know on the weekend we're gonna do the hobosexual show on Saturday. We're going to talk about hobosexuals because it's cuffing season. Cold weather's about to start. These street dudes gonna be looking for a place to be indoors on during the cold winter months, and they gonna be meeting you, and they gonna be magically in love and trying to move in with you off of their mama's couch. So y'all need to be aware of what's about to come down the pike, because it's cuffing season, and the hobosexuals will be in full effect. So we're gonna talk about that for a little while, and I'll also be talking about men who want to body shame women. We're going to talk about that. I'm looking to get a guest. We're going to talk about prostitution. I'm trying to do some interesting things here. So, I mean, someone pointed out to me that what I said a few shows back, they were talking about the number of women, how people, this guy was angry, upset because his girlfriend, he found out, had been arrested for solicitation. The case was dropped, dismissed, because they didn't really have enough evidence, and it was deemed to be entrapment. But he was all bent out of shape and all up in his feelings about it. And I was like, why? I mean, the women were getting upset, men getting upset, but I'm like, what's the difference between a woman who, you married and you get a second and third husband, and each one of them is paying your bills and fucking you? Okay, isn't that the same? I mean, it's the same principle. Men pay to get the pussy. Whether they dating you, whether it's prostitution, or whether they're your husband, it's the same principle. Men pay in one way, shape, or form to fuck. And so I really didn't see why he was having such a problem with it, but whatever, that was him. So, we're going to take it, I'm going to talk to somebody who's actually in the industry and, get her perspective on it, and get some real scoop on what is going on in the minds of men who seek out prostitutes. What is it they're looking for, and why did they do that? What is the big excitement for them in spite of all those risks? So I got some interesting things coming up on the Debstrism channel for you. I hope you guys, all enjoyed this program where we tell it Tuesday. Every Tuesday we get together and talk about relationship advice. I answer people's questions. It's all good and gravy. And I will be back on Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific time sharp. Be here. I'll talk to you later.